It was a warm Saturday afternoon when the Iron Guardians Motorcycle Club rolled into the small town of Willow Creek. Loud engines, black leather jackets, and long beards made everyone step aside as they parked outside Rusty's diner for their usual weekend lunch stop. Inside, families whispered nervously. People always misunderstood bikers, assuming they were trouble only because they looked tough. But everything changed the moment the bell above the diner door jingled. A little girl, no more than 7, ran inside, barefoot, her face red from crying. She couldn't even breathe properly between sobs. Please, someone help, she cried out, clutching her stomach as she bent over. They're hurting my mama. Every customer froze. Even the waitresses stopped moving. For a second, no one understood what she meant. The girl looked terrified, shaking like a leaf. One of the bikers, a big man named Bear, 6'4", tattoos down both arms, voice rough like gravel, knelt down slowly. Sweetheart, he said gently. What happened? Who's hurting your mama? The girl pointed toward the road. My mom, my stepdad is hitting her again. She told me to run. She said to get help. Her voice cracked as tears poured down her cheeks. Most adults in the diner looked at each other, then looked down. No one moved. No one wanted to get involved. But the bikers, they didn't hesitate for even one heartbeat. Bear turned to his brothers. Gear up. Now. Chairs scraped the floor. Leather jackets flew off hooks. Boots stomped hard. In seconds, they were out the door. And the little girl, she ran right behind them. Finally sensing hope, the bikers revved their engines and followed the girl as she pointed the way, her small arms waving desperately. After a short ride down a gravel road, they reached a small rundown trailer with the front door hanging open. Screaming echoed from inside. A man's voice. A woman's cry. The sound no child should ever hear. Bear didn't wait to think. He kicked the door so hard it slammed into the wall. Inside, a man twice the woman's size had her pinned against the counter. Her arms covered her face as she begged him to stop. The stepdad spun around, eyes wild with anger. Who the hell are? He didn't finish. 2 bikers stepped forward, blocking his escape. Another gently helped the woman stand. Bear held the man back as he swung wildly. You think you're tough hitting a woman? Bear growled. Try me. But here came the twist. The stepdad screamed. She's lying. She always lies. She told the kid to run because she wants attention. The woman, still shaking, whispered, I didn't lie. I just wanted her safe. Then the little girl, standing in the doorway, cried out. Stop saying that. You hit her. You always hit her. The stepdad pushed forward, trying to grab the child. That was it. Bear restrained him until the police arrived, because the bikers weren't there to start a fight, only to end the cruelty. When officers took the man away, the little girl clung to Bear's jacket and wouldn't let go. And for the first time during all the chaos, the woman began to sob, not from pain, but from relief. Sparkles, the officers stayed for statements. But once they left, the trailer fell silent. The woman, Maria, sat on the edge of the couch, her arms bruised and her face still wet with tears. Her daughter, Lily, crawled into her lap. I'm sorry, baby, Maria whispered. I'm sorry you had to see that again. Bear crouched beside them, his huge frame softening with concern. You don't need to apologize, he said. You protected her. A good mom always does. Maria shook her head. I should have left long ago. But I had nowhere to go, no family, no money. And he always told me no one would help a woman like me. One of the bikers, Slim, spoke up quietly. Ma'am, bad men say things like that to keep you trapped. But you're not alone. As if sensing her mother's guilt, little Lily gently tugged Maria's sleeve and whispered, Mommy, are we safe now? Maria's breath broke. I hope so. Bear took a deep breath and said, You are. From today on, you and your girl are safe. The bikers exchanged a look, one of those silent, brotherly agreements that didn't need words. We'll fix that door, another biker added. We'll clean this place up, and we'll make sure you have meals for the next week. Maria stared at them, strangers who stepped in when everyone else stood back. Her voice trembled. Why? Why would you help us? Bear gave a soft smile. Because kindness is what real strength looks like. And nobody hurts a woman or child on our watch. For the first time in years, Maria believed she had a future. By evening, the bikers had repaired the broken door, patched the wall, and stocked the kitchen with groceries. Maria sat with a warm blanket the bikers brought, Watching Lily laugh with two of the men as they fixed her broken toy. Lily hadn't laughed in months. Maria wiped her eyes. I don't know how to thank you. You don't have to, Bear replied. But we want to help you get a fresh start. Over the next week, the Iron Guardians helped Maria file for a restraining order, find a safer apartment, and even arrange childcare while she looked for work. Every time Lily saw the bikers, she ran to them, not out of fear, but trust. One afternoon, after everything settled, Maria said, I thought bikers were dangerous, but you saved us. Bear chuckled. Never judge kindness by clothing, and never assume someone won't help just because they look rough. Before leaving, the bikers handed Lily a small leather vest, custom-made, with a patch reading, Little Guardian. She hugged Bear's leg tightly. Thank you for saving my mommy. Bear cleared his throat, fighting emotion. Thank you, kiddo, for being brave enough to ask for help. As the bikes roared away, Maria held Lily, finally breathing freely. Never underestimate the power of kindness. Sometimes the people we fear are the ones most willing to protect us. And sometimes, courage comes from the smallest voice, like a little girl who refused to stay silent. Kindness isn't about looking gentle, it's about acting when it matters. And that day, the bikers proved exactly that.